Hey guys, it's a tough time of year right now with the holiday season coming up, especially when you're talking about health. I mean, it's a great time of year. I'm excited. I'm excited for, our holiday season with the girls, with my wife. I'm really looking forward to it. But if you're challenged in terms of health, this time of year is generally not your friend. It's where people tend to fall off. It's where people tend to really get derailed with a lot of their big goals. And what happens is it actually puts you behind the eight ball. You think you're going to go into 2018 or the next year ready to go, but, kind of sets you back. So a couple tips to get through the holiday season, almost a survival guide, if you will. And I thought about this today and what I was going to talk about. A lot of this stuff is stuff that now is just kind of ingrained into how I would deal with the holiday season, whether it be going to a party or, managing the different opportunities to eat foods that are off track or to miss workouts or to do things that aren't necessarily going to be supporting my health. So how do I manage it? The first thing you have to do is figure out why you even want to. And it's always a mindset thing, right? We always have to start up here and figure out, why do we want to do this? What's the point? If you have big goals, lofty goals, things you're trying to accomplish with your health, or just in general, your health's really, really important to you, which I think is wonderful. And I think hopefully that's you and you're listening into these videos and, watching all of the content that we put out. If that's the case, then, this is going to be a lot easier. If you think to yourself, oh, I really should be healthy, or I really need to lose some weight. If psychologically you haven't got to the point where you're ready to do that and you're committed to do that, you're probably not going to actually do a lot of the things we're going to talk about in today's health hack. So that's number one, is you have to get your mindset correct and make sure that that's in check. Number two is planning. This is, aside from mindset, the most important thing is figuring out what it is you're going to do in each situation. So when it comes to planning, we're coming up here. We got 5 days till Christmas, and then you have the week after, and we're going on a vacation. So there's a lot of opportunity here to go off track, and I've already planned it out. I've already thought about, okay, so on the holidays, Christmas, Boxing Day, here's the meals we're going to have. I'm going to, really focus if I'm going to a party or if I'm going to be eating, say, a Christmas dinner. I'm really going to focus on getting quality protein. So I'm really going to move and gravitate towards the meat plate and even some cheese if you're doing dairy in your diet, and really load up on that stuff. Really try to minimize the extras. So, big heaping piles of potatoes and other carbs and things along those lines. And then in terms of treats, there's some treats that I'm probably not going to say no to, even though they're extremely off track. I'm just going to make a decision in advance as to how many of those I'm going to have. So, if I'm going to have a cookie or two cookies, I'm going to know in advance it's going to be two cookies or it's going to be one cookie. So number two is you really need to plan this stuff out. From a tactical standpoint with your training, I think planning your training sessions in or around the bigger meals or the parties that you're going to be attending is a great tip. It's really, probably one of the best tips I can give you. So let's say it's Christmas and you're having a big meal, you're going off track. If it's possible to do a training session that day, do a training session. Even if it's an at-home training session, 15 minutes, just jumping up and down, burpees, push-ups, squats, something. Make sure you're moving and you're doing some high intense exercise on the days where you're going to be going off track. The other days, so let's say you're having a big feast or you've gone to a party and you've gone off track, why don't you try some fasting? There's nothing wrong with just not eating for a day or eating for a meal or two. At least you're going to minimize the amount of calories going in. And, you think, oh my God, I can't go a few hours without eating. That's its own problem. That's something to deal with in and of itself. But, fasting on the opposite days in and around those meals and those bigger off-track times can be really, really valuable as well. I think the point is of all of this to really try and mitigate the amount of damage that you're going to do during this time. And you've probably heard this statement before, and I think it applies here. I'm not concerned about, what you do between Christmas and New Year's, but what you do between New Year's and Christmas. So if you think about that, that's really the most important point here. So it's tough to get fully off track and really totally derail everything you've ever done in that 2-week period. But like I said, you can definitely set yourself back. You definitely can put yourself behind the eight ball. So those are my tips. That's the strategies to get you through. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you tried it, if you tried them before, what's worked for you. Just post them below. I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, Dr. Jamie Richards, make it a great day.